I want to make money. I want to pay my school fee. I want to buy my mother a house. I want to buy the Grand Palladium when I get back to Jamaica. I want to start all my businesses. Nah, don't answer what them don't ask you. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, I'm Karisha and thank you so much for stopping by today. Now, in this video, as you can see from the title down below, guys, I will be giving you J1 visa interview tips. Alright, so like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the post notification bell so you can be notified when I drop a new video, and let's get into it. Before we get into it though, let me just say I uploaded a video prior to this talking about the J1 summer work and travel program process. So if you haven't seen that video yet, click the link in the iCards above or in the description box below. Go watch the video there and then come back. This video will still be here. All right, very important information that you need to know before you get to this step, which is the J1 visa interview step. All right, so go watch the video, come back. All right, may I wait? Cool. All right, so guys, this is going to be a very short and spicy. I'm not so sure about spicy still, but it's going to be a very short and informative video, so let's just jump right into it. Cool. All right, I only have a few points because really and truly there isn't much that you need to do, but this little that you need to do will determine if you're gonna get the visa or not. Cool. All right guys, so typically before you get to your visa interviews, agencies have a session where they prep the students before them actually go. So if your agency is having a visa interview prep session, maybe gonna go, they might tell you some very important things, which really, I don't know, I did go on one and it never really so, like things that they told me I already knew, but I guess some persons didn't know it, and it was important for them. Cool. All right, so let's get into it. So the first thing I want to say is that if it is that you fill out your visa application form, or your agency does it, or they start the process but they send you or they give you the login information for you to fill out your information, like information about yourself, about your family, about you know that information, because the interviewer already knows what they're going to ask you. All the information is on the screen in front of them. It is right there in front of them. You understand? Don't think about lying, nothing at all. Just make sure you know the information that you put on the application. Ensure that the information that you put on the application is truthful, factual, no fibbing, no lying, no add nothing, don't take away anything. No, because there's even a section where they ask if you've ever been denied a visa. I was once denied a visa when I was like young. And supposed to me to tell them, say no, I never denied a visa. Like the people them already know before me even reach in there that this applicant was denied a visa in whenever, woy. So if they ask you that question and you were denied a visa and you say no, and you go in and them ask and you say no, but on the system it says yes, you not get the visa, because they might have it say tell lie. Like, why you tell lie? You deny the visa, that's fine. You can always reapply. It's not a problem. Like, they literally allow you to reapply if you don't get the visa. So guys, don't tell any lie. Don't tell any lie about your family. Don't tell any lie about yourself. Just answer truthfully and then sure that you know what you put on it. For me, like, I literally know what they put on the application, but I still screenshot the application form. Because on my phone, I still screenshot it just for having see it. Like, I did the form and know everything we put on it. I never tell my lie. But I just wanted to make sure that, you get over yourself. I never tell my lie, but I don't know. I did just screenshot it. So you can also do that. Just be truthful. And we can't stress it enough. Don't tell no lie. Okay? Alright. So, the next thing now is appearance. Now, I don't believe that you know you need to overdress for a visa interview, to be very honest. Like my 3 times being at the embassy, I literally see people dressed up, right up. But personally, I don't think that's necessary because, to be honest, them not gonna get visa because your heels nice. Them not gonna get the visa because your suit well bashy. Them not get the visa because you know you have on a nice shade of red lipstick. It's nothing like that. It's really about application or them feel panda day there and just your answers, to be honest. But that does not mean that you should not present yourselves well. Alright? So comb your hair whether you want. Sleek it back like this. If you want to the makeup, you can. It's not necessary because them not gonna give you the visa because your face beat to the gods or your eyebrows slain. But if you want to put on some makeup, you can go ahead and do that. For my men, you know, you trim. Look nice. Trim. Brush the hair. Yeah? Alright. So guys, you know, you bathe in the morning before you go. You brush your teeth. You take out the matter out of your eye. You clean out the booger out of your nose. All of that. Wash your face. Right. In regards to attire, you can dress, I would say, business casual. My first year and also this year, I just wore my UTech logoed shirt and I wore a jeans and a nice flats. But you can do business casual. Cool. You can do a nice top and jeans. If you want dress to whatever would I call it, puss foot, puss boot, whatever the saying is, you can, but it's not a necessity. All right. If you want to wear a nice top, your jeans and sandals, nice sandals, you can. But as I say, them now go get up and look down upon you through the glass from head to toe. If you say, alright then, you know, Karycha have on Louis Vuitton heels, we're gonna get the visa because she have money. All of it fake, you know, she have it on. If you don't want Gucci belt, then I go, alright, I'm gonna give Paul the visa because he's wearing a Gucci belt. Like, it really doesn't matter. You just have to make sure that you present yourselves well. Alright? Yeah, don't wear nothing revealing like your breasts and so. Professional. Cool. Business casual is the best I can say. Nice, clean. Yeah. When you get there and you join the line and you go through security, you get the pamphlet that I spoke about. Well, let me show you guys. You get this pamphlet while you're waiting to be interviewed. You read the pamphlet. They're not necessarily going to ask you, for example, they're not going to ask you for 5 marks, list or explain the points on the question number 2, your right to be free from discrimination. No. So this pamphlet is not to question you about it, but really for you to be sensitized about important information if you should be granted the visa. So you need to know that you need to know information about human trafficking. You need to know that your employer should not discriminate based on your gender, based on the color of your skin, based on your race. Your employer should not give you less hours than they should. Like, all of that is literally in this. You have rights, and it's important for you to know because I hear some story. This year, a girl, I was in the kitchen cooking on dorm, and a girl was telling me that her manager, like, he was so rude to them, him spit on her and asked her something. I said, girl, him do what? And the first thing I asked him, like, did you call your sponsor? She said, no. Mr. Girl, you're a ramp. Manager can spit on me and me still there at work and don't tell my sponsor. Mr. Girl, you have rights. Mr. Girl, let me ask him, I say, you don't have the book. I'm like, you have rights, you know. I'm like, the fact that the man spits on you, you don't have to be there. So guys, when you get this, even though you can read it before you go into the interview, you know. But if you're successful with the visa interview, cool. Read it, know your rights. All right, you are protected. You have hotlines that you can call. Yeah, as I said, I'm not gonna interview upon the book here, but I just want to stress it. I can't emphasize enough. Very, very important because so many persons don't know their rights. So many people meet where make things happen to them from the program. Anyways, let me move along. Next point. Alright guys, so let's just talk about some interviewing skills that's necessary not only for a visa interview, for interviews in general, but will be very beneficial to you since we're talking about the J1 student visa. Cool. So when you get to the window, I'm gonna expect don't rest on like don't do that. Why would I do that? Friend, don't do that. No. Alright, before you even do that, that can also be like an effect of you being nervous. But let me tell you guys, even if you're nervous, you stand up there and you try to look as confident as possible. Don't look too confident though, but look confident enough so you can seem assertive. You understand? If you're nervous, for me, I think I placed my hand, like my palms were on top of the, was it? I can't remember. I know I never slouch or anything, but I highly doubt that I was standing with my hands on my side. I probably had, let me tell you, I probably had my hand on the counter, because you're going to be asked to place your palm on like biometric scanner. So more than likely I had my palms like this on the counter. Cool? So don't slouch over. I don't expect anybody to go put them elbow on the counter, like nothing like that. You might be nervous, but make all the nerves go in on your toes. Squinch up your toe them. You're nervous and you shake your toe them. You understand? Yeah. Just relax. It's hard. Like, it's easy to say relax, and it's harder to do when you're literally, you're trying to relax but you can't. But just remember, they are human, and they literally have your fate in their hands. But don't make that get to the best of you. Just don't. Try to be as relaxed as possible. I beg, because nerves can make you, like, even if it's a good interview, nerves can make you slip up and say something wrong. And if you say something wrong, like, depending on the person who is interviewing you, they might make it slide, but you don't know if the person is having a bad day or whatever, and that person can be like, okay, you just answered that wrong. I'm sorry, unfortunately today I'm unable to grant you this visa, or unfortunately at this time I can't issue this visa to you, something like that, whatever them say. You understand? So just try your best to relax. Alright, so when they pose a question to you, try not to talk too fast. And it's funny that I say that, because I'm naturally a fast talker, which I'm really trying to work on. I really am. But nerves can make you talk fast, but just try to relax. When they ask you a question, you don't need to rush the answer. You're at the window. It's your time to be interviewed. It's your time to answer the question, and they didn't give you a timer to say you have 5 minutes, because your interview can be short and you get the visa. Your interview can be long and you don't get the visa. Legit, believe me. But stand up in a line 3 times and see it. You can stand in the line, or you can stand at the window and have an extensive interview and say unfortunately, and you can have a short interview and they're like, I'm happy to say that you have been granted your visa. Pick it up at Arden Road. Yeah. So don't rush the answers. So for example, they ask you, why would you like to go on the program? Remember I said from my first video, don't tell them some, I want to make money. I want to pay my school fee. I want to buy my mother a house. I want to buy the Grand Palladium when I get back to Jamaica. I want to start all my businesses. Nah, wait for say. I'm telling this on the first video. It's a cultural exchange program. So you sell yourself. You literally sell the culture to them. So you want to go foreign, you want to experience the financial benefits of it. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's a cultural exchange program. And when they ask you that question, you say you want to go on the program because you want to have a better understanding of the American culture. I think in my first, no, they've never asked me that. I was prepping in my head still. For if they were supposed to ask me that question, why I want to go on the program, you can say you've always seen snow in the movies and you want to experience snow. You see people rave on Instagram about Chick-fil-A and you want to try Chick-fil-A. You want to experience a roller coaster ride. Literally, you just tell them that you really want to experience the culture, and not only the American culture, but you want to also meet people from all walks of life, different countries. Because guess what, on the program I've met people from Nigeria, I've met people from Russia, from Romania, from Dominican Republic, from Mexico, from Puerto Rico, from Montenegro. You understand? So you just sell that. That's what you want to experience. You want to be able to have a better, if you don't speak English well, don't be afraid to say you want to become a better English speaker. You want to learn Spanish. You want to experience Spanish food. You understand? You're excited to meet other J1 students on the program, so you guys can exchange cultures, so you can teach them about the Jamaican culture and they can also teach you about their culture. You understand? You know, stuff like that. Don't go tell them about no money. I beg. If you do, you do, my friend. It is a cultural exchange program, and really your primary response should be around the cultural exchange aspect of the cultural exchange program, because as it is here on the congratulation sheet with them here when they get it, it is our what may I look for? Jesus. Cultural exchange program. It is a cultural exchange program. Alright guys, so if they ask you why you want to go on the program, not because you want to make money, but because you want to be able to share your culture with people, and you want to experience different cultures as well. You want to experience different cultures as well. Alright. So if they should ask you about your classes, I mentioned this in the previous video, that you need to know the classes that you're doing. You can't be a university student and you don't know which class you take. You don't know the module, then you don't know how much module, you don't know how much credit, you don't know what grade you get. You cannot go to the interview not knowing that. Even if they don't ask you any question about that, about your transcripts, you need to be able to know it in the event that they do ask you. That in my first year, apart from it being a good interview, I got that visa because of how good my grades were. And it was literally 1 semester of grades, because the second semester the grades never released yet. So I got my visa based on 5 modules that I did and the good grade that I got in those 5 modules in 1 semester. So just make sure that you know your courses, you know the grade them, you know how much module you do, and so. Another thing you need to know, they're going, more than likely they're going to ask you your program of study. People, you can't go to the University of the West Indies and don't know what you're studying. You cannot go to PCC and don't know what you're studying. You can't go Knox, you can't go Maritime and don't know what you're studying. If they ask you what you're studying, you should be able to say it. It should roll off your tongue. You should not stagger, you should not stumble, you should not falter, you should not hesitate, because then if you know a prerequisite to going on this program to qualify is to be enrolled in a 3 to 4 year program. You should be able to know what program you're in and the degree that you're working for. Alright, you have to know that. There's a good chance, there's a 100% chance that you're going to be asked that question in the interview. Alright, now other interview questions that you may be asked, you know, it's on the system, and it's basically what you put on the visa application form. So if they ask you if you have any relatives abroad, and you put, say you have your mother, your father, your uncle, your sister, your brother, if they should ask you that in the actual interview, remember that you said, or remember that you have your mother, your father, your sister, your uncle, your brother foreign, and say that. Do not leave out anybody, don't add anybody, because guess what? All the information, all the questions they're asking you based on what is on the form. You understand? But they might ask you what you put on the form. That's why I'm saying know what they put on the form, screenshot it and study it like you're getting a test, so you can know without a itch, without a blunder, if that's the word, know what's on the form. If they ask you if you have anybody a foreign, you say yes, or you tell them, okay? If they ask you what is their status, you put it on the form, you know where you put on the form, tell them. They already know the answer. What they're trying to do is see if you will lie. Don't go there to tell them a lie. You're nervous and you probably have to lie by accident. Try not to do that. But don't make nerves make you leave out information. And even if you do leave out information, you can slip it in you know, a creative way. So let's say, for example, they ask you about your classes, and they probably ask you how many modules did you take and what were they, and you listed 4, and you list 4 out of the 5, right? And she said, the person says okay, and you can say, oh yes, and I also did so and so and so. You understand? But not because I'm telling you to find a creative way to insert what you might have missed. That doesn't mean if they continue with another question, don't say it to me, can pass the question the long time. But I mean, say the person responded to you and there's silence, or they're clicking on the computer, they're still looking at you, you are free to add a little bit more, but not add a lie or whatever. And even if you name 4 out of the 5, you don't have to add the 5th one. If you left it off, it's fine. Alright, you understand? Yeah, hopefully you're alright. You understand? Yeah. Another thing I want to say, an interview tip, is don't answer when them don't ask you. If they don't ask you, do not answer. If you're answering, don't give them what them never asked for. If they ask you, was the sky blue today? Yes or no. Them never ask you to expound. Them ask you if the sky was blue. The answer has to be yes or no, or you don't know. And then if you say you don't know, they're probably going to say, so why? And guys, usually, from my experience being interviewed and my experience being in the line and listening or hearing other persons being interviewed, they're literally trying to have a conversation with you. So though it may feel or seem intimidating, just, I don't want to say pretend like you're having a conversation with your friend, because that's what I do. I just try to make it seem like I know them and just laugh. If they give a joke, I'm gonna find it funny enough. They give a joke or whatever, if their energy is light and bubbly, my energy matches it as well. They're literally trying to have a conversation, but guess what? A lot of times people are nervous and that gets the best of us, and then they probably ask us a question and we get nervous and we say the wrong thing, and then we get even more nervous because we answer wrong, and then it just goes downhill from there. Alright guys, so just don't answer what them don't ask, don't give them the information what them don't ask you, and just try to feel as comfortable as possible. Just pretend like you're talking to your friend, even though it's not your friend. But I'm just trying to give you an example of how you show them how the energy should be. You understand? I'm not lying. The person was probably denying visas left, right, and center, and they seem very, I don't know I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't find the word. They might seem tense, they might seem intimidated. Why? Because then they deny people. But guess what? Don't go there looking scared. It's a conversation. So if they ask you how you're doing, I'm fine, or I'm well, thank you, how about yourself? Yeah. Sometimes they'll ask you if you're nervous, and you probably say yeah, and they'll be like, no need to be nervous, you're good to go. Yeah. 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 I think I've covered everything that I wanted to say, because as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there are very simple things, like little things, but these little things can make or break your interview. And the last thing I want to say is just go and do your best. Alright? You might be overthinking and everything. Pray and just, give it to God. As I say, if you're nervous, just try to relax. Make the nerves go all the way to your toe point. Don't go slouch on the people them visa counter. Don't do that. You understand? Answer truthfully. Do not give them any information they never ask for. So if they ask you a question, answer truthfully, because all the information is on the monitor in front of them. And yeah, that literally is it. Like, that is it. If you're successful with the interview, more than likely the interviewer is going to ask you if you got one of these pamphlets, and they will tell you that you should read it and be familiar with the information in it. They will also tell you that your passport will be ready with your visa in it in 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 business days, whatever they tell you. Once I get the visa, they're going to tell you, say, the visa will be ready in so and so days, and you will be given this paper here. If you are not asked about this, and if you are not given this blue paper, and if you are given, like if them push back your passport underneath the window, unfortunately, you are not successful. But guess what, guys? Not everybody will be successful, and the good thing about it, if you're not successful your first time around, you can always apply again. I have another year left in university or community college, wherever you are. You can always wait until next year. If it is your last year, then I don't know if I'm telling you, if you really want to experience the program, if you've never, I would say do the visa application again and just try your best to come prepared. yeah. So yeah, guys, that is it. A very quick and I don't know if it's a really quick, but I hope you found this video informative. I hope you found the information valuable. If you know anybody who will find this information just as valuable as you did or even more valuable, feel free to share it with them. Share this one cook food. All right, don't forget to like this video, comment down below if you have any questions, if you were not clear on something, and I'll make a video clearing that up or answering whatever questions you know left down below. All right, so that is it for me today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you can know when a new video drop. Yeah, so I'll catch you guys in my next video. In the meantime, big up yourself.